borage. I told you in the first part of the video that there is some borage growing because that was the bed where it was planted on spring. This was planted late spring, and this is the result now with bumblebees working hard as well. So we try to I try to put as much flower as possible in order to attract pollinators, and they're amazing bumblebees. And this is the result. Borage could be eaten. This is a weed that spontaneously grows in our countryside, but I didn't have this lucky chance to have it here in my garden, so I planted here. I actually sowed. I sowed this weed, and it works very well. Here it was interplanted with some onions, and but now I harvested. All the onions were here, red onions. They grow wonderfully. And here we have some sunflowers, but also we have some blue purple potatoes. So the plant actually is gone. So now it's time to harvest, and let's see how it goes. Here we should have some. Let's see here. Can't remember exactly the variety of this, but yeah, from one plant we got, check again. This is the only disturbing we do at the soil here, but yeah, pretty much this is the result for one small plant. And yeah, then this potato has a double skin, kind of double skin, but it's very good. It tastes a bit of smoked flavor. Very, very good. I'll tell you in comments which kind of variety is this, because I can't remember now. And then here we have leeks. First time I grow leeks here. I actually sow them in different times because we have bigger ones and smaller one. So of course the smaller are were sown later. And some tomato plants. You can see a mess here that is made actually by, let me just leave this potato here, that are made, this mess is made by this tree, that it's the most amazing tree we have here in Orto, Bruno. Mulberry, very, very good, very sweet. Now it's time for mulberry. The problem is that this tree makes too many fruits, so it's very difficult to get on top of this, and the result is what you can see here. So I can't actually collect all the fruits that is producing, so most of the part of the fruits that this wonderful tree produces unfortunately goes on the ground, but it's more, how to say, fertilizer for the soil. It is very good though. So sweet. And last but not the least, other potatoes over there. There are spunta potatoes, yellow one, normal one. And here we have something that I learned from Charles Dowding, multi-sowing, the art of multi-sowing. You can see over here beetroots growing together very nicely as well. It is not a problem to have them separated. They can grow very well also together, gathered, and this is what we do here, and it works, definitely works. Of these beetroots, it's not only very good the root, but also the leaves. They of course taste like chard. They're a very close relative of chards. And very last thing, some other fruit trees that I want to show you. This one is a kaki tree. Let's get closer. Here we have some other tomato plants, but they are not doing very good, to be honest. And I see they got some disease somehow. Let's see if we can recover that. Anyway, kaki tree, very nice. And the lemon tree is there behind, but I want to show you one more interesting in this moment of the year. Squash, another brand new experiment in Orto Bruno, and they are actually making some lovely flowers. Where are these flowers? These are closed, of course, and there's also some aphids upon, but yeah, there are others as well. Let me check. It was full of nice flowers, but today, oh, here we have one that just closed today, earlier today. And these are mostly, there's one here. This is very interesting because this one we can see is actually a female flower. So it has the fruit over here, the squash that will grow if this flower will be impollinated. This is butternut squash, so they will be ready in the autumn, early autumn. Also here we have a female flower with the squash, while I will just pick this. This is the, oh, I can't actually remove it, but you can see this is the male flower without the fruit, but just the stem over there. So cardoons are flowering now. I believe this is one of the best looking flower in the garden. How amazing is this? It's super nice with this purple color, super strong. They actually look like artichoke. Oh, look at here. Here we have a bee pollinating, working hard, and some other animals inside. So this is very nice looking flower that looks like an artichoke. After all, this is a cardoon. It belongs to the same family of plants, so same of artichoke. What we will do with these plants is waiting for these plants to flower, then they will completely dry out and they will regrow once the rainy season will start again, so in September. So the bee is actually flying here around. So when they will grow again, they will produce these very thick leaves. We will cut them, and they are wonderful, very tasty, to be cooked in many different ways. Fried, I believe, is the best way to enjoy this cardoon. Messy part with many weeds. This is what in America is called like Bermuda weed or something like that. It makes actually a reticulate of roots and branches here around. It's very difficult to get rid of this weed, and since I couldn't look after these beds in the recent times, so this is the result. But just half an hour of working and then it will be super. But what you can see from here is that whereas the weeds, they easily grow on the pathways, they more difficultly grow on beds where the compost stands. And this is the concept of no-dig. So no-dig growing is actually very good because of this, because it's less time weeding, and also we preserve and regenerate the soil by not tilling or working the soil at all. Kohlrabi, struggling a lot. I don't know which disease they took actually, but in the end they are forming this, I don't know how to say in English, but it's like a ball, like a sphere. And yeah, with some Bermuda grass also growing, but yeah, they are going through in the end, even with some issues. I don't know actually which kind of issue they took. Like, just to give you an example, I believe it's a fungal disease. So this is the result. I try to, you know, to do some thinning of the leaves, but it didn't work. In the end, they are producing at least something. So I believe within a couple of weeks we will have the first harvest of this red kohlrabi. Apricot tree, they are ripening in these days. Some actually are falling down. This will be cleaned and still good to eat. This is very generous tree, very nice as well, and it will produce many apricots this year. Even though this year it didn't go very well as the previous ones, but still we will have a good harvest, and then I'll tell you. By the way, if you want to see some pictures of what we harvest and what we grow in Orto Bruno, subscribe this channel, but also subscribe our Instagram channel, the Orto Bruno Nordic Gardening. So I hope this tour, I hope you like this tour of the garden, and see you very soon for other videos, hopefully in the next weeks. Ciao.